These are the headline news for tonight. Second day of Sarawak Premier's Hari Raya Aidilfitri open house continues to bring in crowds. Health and education sectors a priority for Sarawak government. Sarawak Airline expected to operate in 2025. SUKMA 2024, MYSED and KBS to meet on April 30. 1,000 faithfuls perform Aidilfitri prayer at Al-Muttaqin Mosque. Good evening. The second day of Sarawak Premier's Hari Raya Aidilfitri open house continues to draw crowds at the Borneo Convention Centre, Kuching BCCK here on Thursday. The public started arriving as early as 9 a.m. even though the event only started at 10 a.m. Meanwhile, the public also did not miss the opportunity to interact and take pictures with Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg, along with his wife, Puan Sri Datuk Amar Jumaani Tun Tuanku Bujang. Also in attendance were the President of the Senate, Senator Datuk Muttaqin, Deputy State Secretary Economic Planning and Development Datuk Dr. Muhammad Abdullah Zaidal, Political Secretary to the Sarawak Premier Fazruddin Abdul Rahman, Bukit Semuja Assemblyman John Ilus, Beting Maro Assemblyman Razaili Kapur, Mayor of Kuching City North DBKU Hilmi Othman. The joyous atmosphere of the open house was accompanied by musical performances by the Sarawak Premier and other distinguished guests, as well as famous Sarawakian dishes including Sarawak Laksa, Mi Kolok, and many more. On the first day of the open house, approximately 13,000 guests visited, adding to the festive atmosphere. On to another development, the Sarawak government is placing a strong emphasis on the health and education sectors for the people of the state, especially in upgrading the facilities in these sectors that are aged and in poor condition. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg said the Sarawak government will allocate funds to upgrade these facilities even if it means having to use the state government's funds to provide an advance.
Apa yang kita kerjakan ialah kalau Sarawak ada dana yang boleh membantu kerajaan pusat, jadi kita gunakanlah. Yang penting rakyat mesti mendapat sekolah yang selesa, klinik yang selesa, dan kita dapat memberi perkhidmatan yang terbaik kepada rakyat.
He made these remarks when speaking to the media during the Sarawak Premier's 2024 Hari Raya Aidilfitri open house at the Borneo Convention Centre, Kuching BCCK here on Thursday. Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari added that dilapidated facilities, including the residences of officers and workers in both sectors, will be upgraded.
Apa yang kita kerjakan ialah kalau Sarawak ada dana yang boleh membantu kerajaan pusat, jadi kita gunakanlah. Yang penting rakyat mesti mendapat sekolah yang selesa, klinik yang selesa, dan kita dapat memberi perkhidmatan yang terbaik kepada rakyat.
Last March, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim agreed to give the Sarawak government the authority to provide advance funding for the upgrading of health and education facilities in the state, which the federal government will reimburse later. The Sarawak government has hinted on owning its airline, which is expected to commence operations next year. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg said the move towards owning a state airline is currently at the technical stage. He mentioned that, in principle, the matter has been agreed upon with the Malaysian Aviation Commission (MAVCOM), the Ministry of Transport and the Malaysia Aviation Group (MAG) so far.
Apa yang perlu sekarang ialah hanya teknikal saja. Saya rasa mungkin bulan 8 ataupun selewat-lewatnya hujung tahun selesai. Dan kita insya-Allah akan mempunyai syarikat penerbangan kita sendiri 2025.
He made these remarks when speaking to the media during the Premier Sarawak's 2024 Hari Raya Aidilfitri open house at the Borneo Convention Centre, Kuching BCCK here on Thursday. Responding to media queries about the model and name of the airline, Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari said that this has been decided but cannot be announced at the moment.
Dan modelnya saya telah umumkan, nanti saya umum modelnya.
Namanya belum ada lah.
Ya.
Sudah ada, tapi tak boleh diumumkan dulu.
Tunggu ni.
The Ministry for Youth, Sports and Entrepreneur Development Sarawak, MYSED, will hold a meeting with the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports, KBS, on April 30. Its Minister, Dato' Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, stated that the meeting will be chaired by the Minister of Youth and Sports, Hannah Yeoh, and will be attended by all sport representatives nationwide.
Mesyuarat seperti ini sentiasa akan dilakukan untuk kita membentangkan apa-apa yang perlu dibentangkan masalah di antara, karena semua exco sukan negeri akan datang untuk mesyuarat ini. Dia akan dipengerusikan oleh Yang Berhormat Hana, Menteri Belia dan Sukan. Ya.
Itu juga akan dibangkitkan mengenai peruntukan daripada federal.
Pada masa itu kemungkinannya akan juga dimaklumkan kepada kita berkenaan dengan bajet, berkenaan dengan peruntukan dan sebagainya.
He said this while speaking to the media after attending the 2024 Hari Raya Aidilfitri Open House organised by Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg at the Borneo Convention Centre, Kuching, BCCK, on Wednesday. Touching on the preparations for the Malaysia Games Sukma 2024 in August, Dato' Sri Abdul Karim assured that every preparation carried out in all participating areas is proceeding smoothly. In another development, Dato' Sri Abdul Karim, who is also the Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Sarawak, advised athletes undergoing training to be cautious to avoid any injuries towards the end of their preparation.
Jadi, nasihat saya kepada atlet-atlet yang lain dalam kita membuat training pada masa ini sebelum menjelangnya Sukma, berhati-hati juga kerana kita tidak mahu atlet-atlet kita menghadapi masalah kecederaan dan sebagainya. Ya.
This is due to a cyclist athlete from the Sarawak contingent suffering injuries to the cheek and a fractured collarbone during a recent training session. Meanwhile, the Aidilfitri prayer at Al-Muttaqin Mosque to mark the celebration of first Shawwal here was attended by approximately 1,000 worshippers. According to a survey by Sarawak Public Communication Unit UKAS journalists, people began arriving as early as 8 a.m. where they commenced the takbir before performing the Aidilfitri prayer led by Imam of Al-Muttaqin Mosque, Awang Aidil Zulfikar Awang Aiden. During the event, Imam Hamdan Sedi delivered a sermon titled Celebrating the Success of Attaining Piety, reminding Muslims of the significance of sacrifice, hardship, and the obedience in fulfilling the commands of God. During Hari Raya celebration, Muslims are also reminded to continue practicing the tradition of visiting and seeking forgiveness to strengthen the bonds of kinship among the people in the state. After a month of fasting, Muslims have been taught to restrain themselves from temptations and to assist those in need while performing their worship prescribed in Islam. And that's the English edition with me, Jocelyn Goh. More news can be found in our official portal, ukas.sarawak.gov.my, and social media platforms including Facebook and YouTube. Concluding the bulletin tonight with a montage of over 300 residents performing the Aidilfitri prayer together with the Minister of Utility and Telecommunications Sarawak, Dato' Sri Julaihi Narawi. #Saluran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.